In this video, we are going to talk about graphing linear equation. I guess most of you are already familiar with linear equation, and some of you, I guess, have already experienced on how to graph it. But just for the sake of review, I will assume that you have a zero idea on how to do this. So let's say we have this drawing. I'm going to do the x and y axis. So this is our y, and this is our x. So we have numbers, positive numbers at the right side for x, positive numbers at the upward side of y, and then the rest will be negative. Okay, so there you go. So we have negative number on the right side of x, or we have positive numbers at the right side of x, and then we have negative numbers at the left side of x, positive numbers at the top of y, and then negative numbers at the bottom of y. So if you're given a pair of numbers, let's say 1 comma 2, basically this defines a point. Okay, so how did we say that this is a point? Because the first number there is what we call the x, and the second number there is what we call the y. Now if you are going to plot this in our graph, so what will happen is that for x we will write here something like that, and then for y we will move upward. What is y? 2. So this is now one and then 2. So this is now our point for 1 comma 2. Okay, let's have another example. Let's say we have here 3 and 1. So this is again our x, and again this is our y. So let's write 3 for our x. 1, 2, 3. There we go. This is the number 3. And then y for 1 for y. So this is our 1. So the point will be positioned around here. Okay. So since we have now already 2 points, we can now connect these 2 points. There you go. Okay. So this is how you plot the given points to your graph. So let's have another example. So let's say we have this equation. Let's say we have this y, okay. So how do we plot this equation? We can plot this by getting the possible combination, all the possible combination, because on this equation y is very dependent on the value of x plus 2. Whatever the value of x added by 2, that will be our y. So we can create a table like x here and y here, and then if we start, let's start at 0. Let's give our x a value of 0, and then 0 plus 2, that is now our y. So it means that our y is 2. If we will give our x a value of 1, then 1 plus 2, this will give us 3. And then if you're going to give a value of 2 for our x, then 2 plus 2, this becomes 4. Now we can plot these pairs of points. Now you can continue doing this, but there's no need to have more pairs on creating points. Maximum number of points, I guess you can write at least two pairs, two pairs of points. So let's plot this on our graph. Let's plot this on our x and y axis. So we have positive 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have positive 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So we all have positive numbers here, so that is why I did not include a negative. So for x, if our x is 0, our point is located at 2. So this is our point. For if x is 1, then 1 going to 3. So there you go. If x is 2, then it will go to 4. X is 2, 4. Now if you have another set of pair here, it will just go along with this graph. Okay, so let's put a line here. Okay, now if we will continue doing the remaining pairs of points, let's assume that we have 3 here. Of course, 3 plus 2, that will become 5. Then including this 3 and 5 in our graph, it will just go along with the existing line that we have created. So if our x is 3, we go here, and if our y is 5, it will go here. So 5, 5, 3, 5, so around here. So that is why there's no need for us to create so much more pairs. Having 2 pairs is enough. Okay, so there you go. And then let's have another example. Let's say we have y is equals to 2x. How do we plot this one? Okay, we can create a table, and from that table we'll be able to see the pairs. Then from that pairs we can write the points in our x and y axis. Okay, so let's try writing down the table. So we have here the x, and then we have here the y. Remember that our y is always dependent to the value of our x multiplied by 2. So let's assume that our x this time starts at 1, and 1 times 2, y becomes 2. If we will give x a value of 2, then 2 times 2, then our y will have a value of 4. Okay, I guess this is enough. Okay, but if you want to continue, just go. But of course, continuing with other pairs based from this given equation, all those points will just fit along the line that you are going to plot based from this given first 2 pairs. Okay, so let's have a last pair. Let's try writing down here 3, and then 3 times 2 will become 6. Okay, and then let's now plot it on our x and y axis. So we have x 1 2 3, 1 2 and 3. For y we have 6, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So let me erase this. 5 and 6. Okay, so 1 and 2, if our x is 1 and y is 2, it will go around here. This is our first point. For x is 2 and y is 4, this is our x2, and our y here is 4. So we'll create a line around here. And then if our x is 3 and our y is 6, so 3 and 6, it will go around here. So this is now the line that we have given this equation. This is how we plot this equation from our x and y axis. Okay, so let's have another example. So let's say we have y equals to x over 2 minus 2. Okay, so given this linear equation, let's try to find out what are the points that we can create out of this linear equation, and then after that we'll plot it using our x and y axis. Okay, so remember again that our y is very dependent to the value of our x multiplied by 2, divided by 2, and then subtract with 2. So let's plot it down using our table. So let's say if our x is 0, if x is 0, so let's write it down here, divided by 2, that is 0. 0 minus 2, that is negative 2. That is now our y. Then let's try giving it a value of 2 for our x. Let's say 2. 2 divided 2 is 1, minus 2, this will give us negative 1. Okay, and then for the last example, let's say we have 4, that is our x, and 4 divided 2 will give us a value of 2, minus 2, and that is 0. Okay, so now the pairs that we have here is 0 and 2, 2 and negative 1, 4, and then 0. Okay, let's try to plot it in our x and y axis. For our x, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. For our y, we have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and then this is the 0 part. This is the portion of 0. Okay, so let's plot the point of 0 and negative 2. So x is 0 and y is negative 2. So our first point will be positioned around here. and then 2 for our x, negative 1, 2, and then negative 1. So this is our negative 1. Okay, so meaning, let me rewrite this number for a while. We have 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So we have 2 for our y, and then negative 1. So the position will be around here. Okay, and then for the last pair, 4, and then we have 0. So we have 4 and then 0. So the point is around here. Okay, because x is 4, so this is 4, and then y is 0, so 0 is within this line. Okay, so that is why these are now our points. So we can connect this by creating a line within those points. So these are now our graph for this equation. Okay.